Hey guys, it's Lil Ragnaros at level 25, and this is going to show you his attacks and his different combo types. So this is Lil Ragnaros. He has 1400 HP, he has 374 attack, and a speed of 211. And this is the Sulfuric Smash. It does roughly around 400 damage per hit, and hits weak opponents, which is critter types, for about 200 to 250, which is very strong for an attack hitting hitting something as weak against. So as you can see here, it hits for 411. So the Sulfuric Smash is definitely the one that you want to have in slot 1. This is the Magma Trap. It is a trap that goes on the floor for 9 turns and randomly detonates, which does around 300 damage and also stuns the opponent for 1 turn, barring critter types, of course, because critter types don't get stunned. And as you can see, it actually goes through the the cocoon strike of a moth and lays on the ground, so it's still good. And this is the Flamethrower attack. It does around 100 or 300 damage and also does 90 damage for 2 ticks, which is very strong. So you're talking about 400 damage in the one shot, which is very strong. And Flamethrower is probably one of those attacks you want for your 3rd slot, because Flamethrower actually turns your opponent into burning. And this is the Magma Wave, and this is an attack that destroys objects and also does damage to the back line. So it does around 140 damage and hits the back line for about the same, and hits weak opponents for about 90. So it's quite a powerful attack, but it is very slow at killing people, especially if the team has a healer on the team. So it'll pretty much do nothing. And this is what you're going to want for your slot number 2. This is Conflagrate, and this attack is extremely powerful, and it does about 400 damage solo, but if the opponent is burning, it will hit twice. So you're talking about 800 to 1000 damage in those 2 attacks, which is very strong. And this is the Sons of Flames ability. This is an ability that puts you under the ground for 3 turns and hits your opponent for about 200 per turn with that. Although if your opponent has a shield on, say the shell shield from a crab or something, it will do 0 damage. It will get dodged every time. So it's pretty pointless if you're going up against crabs and other stuff that has a shell shield. But this attack is actually very strong, and you could always combo this attack with the Magma Trap and the Sulfuric Smash, and will do an awful lot of damage. But this is my top combo. It is the Sulfuric Smash, the Conflagrate ability, and also the Flamethrower ability. You use the Flamethrower ability to start off with, which will put your opponent as burning, and then your Conflagrate ability will do double damage, which is very impressive. And the only problem about Lil Ragnaros, he does have the best burst damage in the game, but he does get damaged and he has no way of healing himself. So if you're going to use him, I would definitely suggest you bring the Magical Crawdad with you, because he can use the Wish ability and also the Renewing Mist ability to keep Lil Ragnaros alive, which is always very handy, because the Renewing Mist heals for about 130 per pop, and also the Wish ability will heal Lil Ragnaros off straight away for 700 HP, which is very impressive, and will keep him alive for maybe about 3 or 4 more turns. So it's very handy to have a Magical Crawdad with him, or else you could always go with the Magic Lamp, which has the same Wish ability. And as you can see there, it did 1000 damage to Conflagrate attack, and this attack setting is very nice. You could always go, there is so many different combos that Lil Ragnaros can actually go. You can go Sulfuric Smash, and then you can go with Conflagrate and also the Sons of Root or the Sons of Flames ability, as long as you have, say, a pet like the Fell Flame that has a Scorched Earth ability, which means the weather effect turns the land into burning, so every pet on the field turns into burning and will do damage to the active pet, of course. And that will mean that the Conflagrate ability does double damage, and that means you don't need to use your Flamethrower ability. But I do favour the combo that I am using currently because it does a lot of damage, plus you don't have to rely on other pets, so it is very, very handy in that sense. But Lil Ragnaros is one of these pets that you can make so many different combos with, which is pretty damn awesome. I am such a big fan of Lil Ragnaros as complete burst damage. Like in 2 turns you're talking about 1400 damage, which is pretty damn awesome. So I've been the Bulo, guys, and I will see you all later.